Detroit. Now that the Detroit Red Wings and Andreas Athanasiou have agreed in principle on a one-year contract, the process begins to get the young forward back into the lineup. General manager Ken Holland said before the deal can be signed officially, the club must shed an equal amount of salary, $1.378 million, because it is already at the cap limit. Ultimately, we're going to have to do something on our roster, whether it's short-term or long-term, Holland said. We've got time to figure out what we're going to do, watch some games. You're in a sport where you do have injuries. Hopefully, we don't have injuries, but if we do, that certainly affects any decision we make. Ultimately, in some point in time in the next few days to a week to 12 weeks, we have to make some type of moves to get Andreas onto our roster. Options include trading fourth-line forward Riley Sheehan, who has a cap hit of $2.075 million. The Red Wings and Penguins had talks in the offseason about Sheehan. Pittsburgh was seeking a third-line center. Other teams inquired about Sheehan as far back as before last season's trade deadline. The club could also assign forward David Booth $700,000 cap hit to the Grand Rapids Griffins. He cleared waivers on October 4 in conjunction with another move, such as waiving forward defenseman Luke Witkowski $750,000 cap hit. It is still going to take some time to get Athanasiou in the lineup. He has been in Switzerland the past 2 weeks skating with HC Lugano. Holland said the team will apply for Athanasiou's work permit, which he estimated could take anywhere from a few days to a week or two, and he needs to pass a physical. Having missed training camp in the first few weeks of the season, Athanasiou will need several practices to get up to speed. Holland said the completion of the paperwork will determine if Athanasiou can travel with the team on its trip to Buffalo, Tampa Bay and Florida, which starts on Tuesday. Obviously, there is conditioning, battle drills, people leaning on you, people trying to hold you off, Holland said. He went to Europe to skate and I'm sure he's in decent shape, but as we've seen with people who are injured or in this case, not playing games, they got to go through a process of practicing every day to get into game shape. He's missed all of training camp. We're still talking another week or so to get his paperwork to allow him to work in the United States. 3 weeks of training camp, 3 weeks of the season, you start talking about being 6 weeks behind, so to be fair to Andreas, it's not like you're just going to jump onto the roster. Holland said they discussed these issues in a conference call Monday with Athanasiou, his agent, Darren Ferris, and coach Jeff Blashill. You're not all of a sudden on the power play and the penalty kill and playing 141,516 minutes. It's going to have to be a bit of a process to get him to the level of conditioning where he needs to be at, Holland said. You got to be fair to him. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Hopefully he can hit the ground running. He's a young player, very talented player, had a real impact on our team the last year and a half. Certainly, a player at 23 years of age you project should improve. How good are young players going to be? You never know until you watch the process play itself out. But when he's up and running, we think he's a player who's going to make our team better. Holland said he doesn't think Athanasiou will need to go to Grand Rapids for a conditioning stint. I haven't really thought about it, Holland said. Let's go through the process. My take is I don't think he needs to go down there. Maybe after a day or two, the coach and the player think that's something that would be good for him. In some cases, we've done it and in some cases, we haven't. A player still counts toward the cap when he's on a conditioning stint in the all.